Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And we're here to do a deeper dive into the support capabilities and maybe a little bit of damage dealing for the new Pretty Sparkle 2.0 Rain. So, besides being a single target DPS, she has the Progenitor's Lineage, which is Drago for alt orbs, and then alt damage up to 300%. Probably not going to see 300% unless you're using Misery, but you can still get like 225, something like that, and it's still a decent amount of alt damage. And then the stacking synergy power and the extra protection gauge, which can be useful for a number of different teams. So, in order to really test the limits of this damage support, we're going to go into the Mirror Realm Trials. But not just one Mirror Realm Trials, because there are currently, at least in the first stages, there's the SAO team, which wants synergy, Scourge Wielder wants synergy, the Azure Sea, and Schemer, Frieren, and then it resets back to SAO again. So we have 5 different stages that we can use synergy. So what I thought we would do is we would do an extra long video, and we would just go into all 5 of these stages, and just buff the specific metas that are being used, and just have some fun using Rain as a support buffing character, because it's not like any of these teams doesn't want her on the team, right? SAO, more synergy power, more ult, oh no. Same thing with the rest of them. So let's have some fun, let's test Rain out, and let's get started. Alright, first, SAO meta. We took out Asuna, we took out Sinon, because, 1, they're light characters, we won't get their ult swapped with Yuki, and 2, I mean, we're getting ult from Rain, we're getting element from Guy, and we're getting physical buff from Dodomeki, so this actually probably works out better. We're gonna miss the full, 150% stun strike, but actually, this is only floor 4, I don't think we really need it, especially with the extra power that we're gonna be getting from Rain. And we could double the Dodomeki buff, we could double the Yuki buff, we could double a number of different things on this team. It's just getting a good starting hand. But, well, so, this could actually be a fantastic opportunity to test Rain out, because we have a lot of protection traits coming in. I mean, my Rain, I pulled a dupe of her from the tickets, so she's got protection gauge turn 2. Her support Blanc does, Yuki does, and Yuki's support Soka does. So in theory, 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to have quite a bit of protection gauge here. And then maybe on turn 2, we just don't have to worry about it, because we'll just use Rain's first stack, and that'll give us access to Protector Roth. That'd be pretty cool if it did happen, right? If we get enough. Oh. Okay, or we just don't need it, because we have so much protection gauge. Oh, right. Yuki has Hinata underneath her. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters giving us turn 2 protection gauge. Never mind, we're okay. We're still going to do it, though, because why not? Let's do Kirito's instant damage, get a little bit of stun on him, get a little bit of ult rush, and then we'll stack. And so we have 50% permanent synergy power. Kirito has synergy rate. We have a full front line of space characters, which is good. And I don't think I have any turn 3 protection gauge. We do ideally want to use a lot of stacks of Roth, because the more uses, the more ult damage we get for Rain. So the earlier we nuke, the less support she's going to give, because we'll just, by virtue of not having as many stacks of Roth. So let's do this, and let's see what we get up to. I don't think we'll quite get there. Yeah, we're just a little bit shy. But this means that we'll probably get a double stack next turn. And it'll be looking good. So let's do Kirito again. And send it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rain is not on the Force. What is this? What is Roth leading? Dungeon Crawler and something else? And Assault Team. Yeah. Rain is not on any of those. So she's only doing extra damage by virtue of being type advantage. But look at this. Let's ult swap. Let's stun. So we have, what, 3 stacks of that now? It's now turn 3? No, turn 4. So here's a double stack. So we're going to get full rainbow orbs here, because we alt-swapped 3 of them, and we got 4 of them coming from Roth. I mean, I'm having a good time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I guess we could do Yuki's last since they have the AoEs now. Alright, 83, 18, 1900. So Dodomeki lasts for 3 turns. The physical buff will not benefit Rain, because she's a magic character. But here, we're using her as a support unit. How many teams can we put her on where she's going to be useful? And I think the answer is very easily all of them. Let's alt-swap. Let's do the final stack of Rain. Let's do Kirito's stun. What are we up to when we do this? Like 60%? Yeah, 60. Okay, we got to do like 3 more. He has his EX ult now, so I don't think really he needs to be up front. So we can start doing this, and then we'll use Roth again. More stacks of Roth, always good for us. And, oh, hey, look at this. Let's make a full hand of rainbows. We'll make a speed character orb into a rainbow, and that was the only one left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Max points. We could use Dodomeki's skill next turn, and then double her with Guy. I think that'll be the best option for us. And then, since we already have so much synergy power, I think it'll be beneficial to double Guy's skill instead of doubling Yuki's attack and synergy power, because we have essentially 300% synergy power when we're going to get ready to nuke. And 1, that is crazy. And 2, fantastic. So, Dodomeki, and then we'll bring Guy in, and we'll do the doubling effect, and then we'll bring Kirito in, and we can do 2 of his stuns, and that'll get us up to, what, 75, 90%? Yeah, and then we'll take him out next turn, and then we can bring him in for free on turn 8, and he'll get the stun. So we'll get 75%, which is better than nothing, and we can alt-swap. Alright. What are we up to right now in terms of her alt buff, with 2 turns left to go? 175. Could be better. There's definitely characters that would give more immediately, and not have to go through the whole stacking process, because she starts at like 25% or something. So it is not an initial high value, versus 50 points from Summer Violet giving... what does she start at? 50%? Well, she has to build up too, actually. Leon, 111% alt and EX alt. So 222 for 90 points. That's just like immediate. So we only need to do this one more time, right? Yeah. So Kirito, you're going to go away. We're going to bring Guy in, and we're going to double element buff now. And then we'll alt swap. Get another stack of Roth. Maybe 2, actually. I didn't look. Yeah, 2 stacks. Okay. So we're going to be at least... I think we're going to be around 300% alt damage here when everything's said and done, because we'll have the last stack to use on turn 8. Yeah, I think we're looking good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Maximum points. I should have used Yuki's skill, but at the same time, we've already doubled 2 things. Kirito and Yuki, 180 plus Rain, 50, so we got plenty. Okay, cool. Yep, thank you. Yuki will probably kill on her own. Will she do damage cap? She might do damage cap, actually, now that I think about it. Let's find out. Okay, so Kirito in for Guy, and we'll hit the stun. Boom. Yeah. Alright, damage resistance down. Boom. Boom. Okay. So let's do Kirito's buff, Yuki's buff, and then we'll do the last stack of Protector Roth, and then we'll see where we're sitting for Rain's alt buff. Oh, right, no, it only goes up to turn 5, so we've been capped at 175 the entire time. Right, that is a limitation on her. Gotta remember that. So 175, but we are also buffing it with the Progenitor skill, so it's actually 210. I mean, okay. So So let's do Kirito, let's do Yuki, and let's see. Kirito, 2.14, which means that Yuki, 2.14, damage cap. Without Asuna, without Sinon, without the double stack of the damage resistance while stunned. I mean, yeah, I'd call it pretty good. 150% extra synergy power, 210% ult damage. That's more than what Sinon was giving with her EX ult buff. Okay, let's move on. Alright, next is Scourge Wielder. Normally, like, when I build it and I save it, it has Guy on it. I don't know if he's the best option for this, but you know, he's kind of expensive. Rain is very not expensive for this team. And the team also has skill resets, which doesn't affect Rain because her synergy skill is always 15 points. It doesn't need to be reset. And we only use the alt buff one time. But this team is an orange team, which means that protection gauge, sometimes we don't get a lot. We do have the power of Lumi, who is buffing oranges by 100%. So that is good. This is actually a good hand. We can just take Rain out for Lumi. And then we'll take Kigali out for Hero. Never mind, that was a dumb idea. Why did I just take my Orb Changer out? Hold on. Okay, better. So here, we have Protection Gauge from Lumi, we have Protection Gauge from her support and the Hero support. But 5 oranges, I mean, we'll probably get it from traits and the Protection Gauge increase that we get from Kigali's skill. But if we didn't, and we have really bad RNG, maybe I should have just sent the 3 oranges the first time and then used Rain's protection skill. And that would have given us a very good idea. But yeah, okay, so we have Amusia, that's fine. So let's do the orange gauge and the damage buff. We'll bring Rain in for Lumi, actually. And then we'll do the first stack of her skill. Boom, Synergy Power, which the hero has Synergy Rate, Synergy Resistance down. Physical buff from Amusia, not affecting Rain, again, magic character, but she's here as a pure support unit, not anything else, so this works very well. So, boom, boom, boom. She is on Scourge Wielder though, isn't she? Oh, yeah. I mean, the physical buff still won't affect her, that doesn't change the fact, but she'll do at least extra damage against these guys. Ooh, she also takes extra damage because she's not getting the extra stats. Because she's not physical. Oh well. Let's do another. Boom. Actually, yeah. Let's do this. So that's 100% synergy power now. Let's benefit from that by using the synergy skill from the hero. And then we could, I think, take her out for Kigali. We'll alt swap. This is definitely a team where you're probably not going to get a lot of alt gauge. Or alt damage stacks because oranges aren't stacking very quickly. So let's do this, and yeah, let's just do that. We'll use both Elmusias here just to say that we did, and we'll probably get more back because of the rainbow orbs. So where are we going? We're probably gonna get to like 150% alt damage, maybe, but. No, we'll have turn 4 traits kick in, so we'll get another double Elmusia here. Not a big deal. Okay, that was 1.4 million already, and we still need to do one more stack of Rain. They do hit kind of hard, don't they? Okay, yep, there's the double. Let's do this, let's do the Chaos, let's do this, let's do this, the AoE and the Light and Dark Attack. Now we have the physical damage buff activated. We'll use the Heartscape to give us 25 points, so that's 30, which means we could use Kigali and Rain's skill. So let's get Masayuki out of here. And then, yeah, Heart Print for give us 25, plus the 5 for 30. Final stack of Rain, and then Kigali for the alt swap. And I think we're running pretty good. We have everything active. What do we need to do next turn? Rewind? If we even need to? I don't know. Let's do another 2 Elmusias here. And then these are all AoEs now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, maybe I should have saved that last stack. We could have gotten a double Elmusia. Oh well. It is what it is. Ooh, 10 million damage right there. That's, you know, the extra 150% synergy power just passively being there. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. Even if we don't get a lot of ult damage. Like, the Scourge Wielder team does not do a lot of traditional damage, even though we have a lot going on for us. It does normal orb damage and the chaos damage. And, you know, the more damage we do on the ults means the more damage the chaos does. I mean, that's certainly something. So let's do... I don't even need the rewind. We're not going to do it. Let's just take Kigali out for Rain. We'll do our final stack, and then we'll use her ult buff. So, one more Elmesia, and we'll see where we are sitting at as in terms of ult. So, 200. Actually, we got more. More gauge here than we did on the SAO team by one stack. How does that work out? I don't know. But let's use it. And I guess we'll take her out now for Masayuki. We have enough points to do his Chaos skill as well. And if they don't die, I'll be highly shocked. So one... I think they're just going to die. From the hero. Ooh, 530... No, 53? 53 million? 64 million. Masayuki might kill. 437. How much is normal orb? 6.3. Can the hero do it? 17 million, and then 361 million damaging chaos. Again, the traditional nukes for the Scourge Wielder team, not overly powerful, but it's the chaos damage that really kicks it up. And we saw that, you know, after we activated synergy, our attacks are doing a lot from the 200% damage buff and the synergy power and everything else that's stacked for multiple turns. I'd say Rain's pretty good here. Would we have gotten more had we had Guy or some other character? Like, maybe, yeah. But it doesn't matter, we killed. Alright, another speed team, Azure Sea 1.0. Yeah, I mean, Jean has synergy power and synergy resistance down. We're not getting... Well, she does have ult damage, too, which will conflict with Rain. We'll have to see who ends up getting more of that, but let's just go jump in. If we get a bad hand, I think we're going to try and live with it and maybe use Rain's skill 2 to get the extra protection gauge for turn 2. So let's maybe not get a good hand here. It's going to give me like 6 greens, isn't it? It sure didn't. Okay. Well, let's put Lumi in for Rimuru and Jean in for Gobta, because Rain has turn 2 protection. We can do 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's not a lot. Even with our protection gauge increases, we should still be short of Yura on this turn, which makes Rain's skill 2 that much more impactful. Yeah, like, well, we're 1 point off. Not anymore. Let's do that, and then the Lumi buff for the ult gauge. And now, magically, we have Yura. Fantastic. And permanent synergy power. Okay. So, who has synergy? Rimuru has the synergy buff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so now we're not on any force that Yura is buffing for Rain. Not a big deal. Again, still support character. Okay, so Jean will have an EX ult already. Well, actually, I think everyone minus Lumi will have an ult here. Okay. Will this get us a double Yura right here? So let's do 1. And then let's do 2. Does that get us another Yura stack? Is that 18 points? It was not 18 points. Okay, not a big deal. So I do want to bring Rimuru in for Lumi, I guess. So we could do the gimmick skill for the ults. Jean, the 90-point skill lasts for 3 turns. Synergy power 120 plus 120 ult damage. So if we get more stacks of Yura by turn 5, we'll probably eclipse the 120%. Because we're already at 100. So we just need to use Yura one more time, and we're already going to get more alt damage than what Jean would be giving normally. Which isn't a bad thing. Oh no, we have more. It's just, sometimes I wish Jean was EX alt buff and not normal alt buff. That way there's a bit less overlap. That's I mean, so far, I don't think anyone's going to be able to argue with the fact that Rain is immensely supporting all these teams that we've been showing. So, this is turn 4. So now we have a couple of things. There's a double Yura right there. So let's do 1 Yura. That way we don't waste the extra protection gauge from Rain, because we'll do her final stack here, and then we'll send her away. So boom. And that'll give us a little bit extra. Okay, cool. And then we'll bring Yura... We'll bring Gobta in for funsies. Ooh, no, actually, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do 50, 45. Yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do this. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we would not have enough points if we were to do that. We still have the green orb gimmick going on, which is good. The attack buff, I think, is going to wear off. But now we have everything activated. So now we're going to have the full... Is it 300% synergy power? Or is Jean doing 120? She is doing 120. So 120 plus 150, so 270% synergy power. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright, support ult from Rimuru. Plus the water attack, right? Okay, Jean, 44 million. And then that'll just get hit again because of the follow-up orbs. And Rimuru's ult orb follow-up will do more, because now it's a water. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're looking good. We should have ults for everyone on the front line, but we're going to take out Rimuru, I think. Because we have to use the alt buff with Rain. And I don't have any problem with this, so... what is this gonna do? Attack, 15%. I mean, I guess. We don't have anything else to use here. So, let's do the Gobta skill. Is it a 6 chain? We are not using 6 skills in a turn. So, we're not gonna get that extra single target and AoE attack buff. Not a big deal. We'll bring Rain in. We have a double stack here. So, let's do the double Yura. And we'll see. We should be around probably 175 to 200% ult damage from Rain if the Scourge Wielder team was anything to go off of. And this is 200%. So I would say consistently in 5 turns, if you're not running a blue team that's forcing extra protection, you can reliably get 200% ult damage. It's not bad. Do I wish it was more? I mean, a little bit, yeah. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But we have all 3 alts. 5.4 million. Lumi might actually kill. Ooh, not quite, but Jean will. Yeah, 100 million right there. So what we get, we got a net 80% extra ult damage from Jean versus not Jean. Jean versus Rain. I mean, I still think that's pretty good, considering the other part is 45 points for 150% synergy power. Okay, we got Schemer. That team needs the most help, so this will probably be pretty good for them. Yeah, this team, since it's one of the older teams in Chamber or Mirror Realm Trials, it definitely needs help. So greens with the green buff from Sokka will cycle okay, but we can always use more protection gauge. I do not think we're going to get that much ult damage from Rain, but we will certainly benefit from an extra 150 synergy power. Since Sokka's giving 100, I need more potions. Well, I need more stamina. I got plenty of potions. Okay. This stage has 348 million. Yeah, we should be fine, even with such an old team. This was built mainly on the sword gimmick, though, which is based on the number of hits and how high your attack stat is. So turn 1, I wouldn't say that's a great hand. Yeah, I would not say that's a fantastic hand. So let's take Lumi out. I don't think her trait is very impactful. And then we'll just do the Soka buff now. And then we'll send the Diablo orbs. And then protection gauge traits might kick us over into Soe, and if it doesn't, we got Rain. She does really solve a lot of problems for people if you get some bad hands like this for random events. Okay, we do have enough, thankfully. But let's do Rain's first stack, and that gives us 56 points, so we can use then the 2 skills for Laplace and Lumi to give us the multi-hit and the follow-up orbs, so we can get as many stacks as possible on the hit counter. Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to be good. And then we got a little bit extra protection gauge there. I don't know if we'll ever fully cycle like 2. We're only getting 1 rainbow orb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, we're going to be short a little bit, but this is enough to cover another rain skill. So we can get 2 stacks next turn. Okay. And this team didn't have ult damage to begin with. So, you know, even low amounts of ult damage is still going to be a benefit to us, because Lumi has physical attack and synergy down. Soka has synergy rate and synergy up. Diablo has his AoE and space plus. And then Laplace is just utility. So yeah, we really didn't have that much support here. It was really just going off of the hit counters. So let's do the Soka skill again. Boom. And then, I mean, Rain doesn't even have an orb to bring in, so that's good. Let's do her second stack. Let's do Diablo's orb steal and slash alt swap here. Perfect. And then, no, I think we're good. So that gives us, yeah, a double Soe right there. So we get 2 rainbow orbs. Ooh. Reminds me of a current protection character that only gives 1 rainbow orb. Not shitting on Misery or anything, but I don't think we will see, how do I say this? The same kind of general use support that Rain is doing versus what Misery could potentially do for leading teams. Because leading is a very different beast. You know, you have the protection damage increases against certain elements, you got the force buffs, you got the attack versus physical stats passively. Protectors are hard to be more generic, but when they are super generic, like SAO Roth or Ramras or something, or to a lesser extent Elmesia / Shuna, Diablo, Festive Memories, I mean, those are going to be good. So, here... Oh my god, look, we're still a little bit short. Oh no. Let's alt swap again. And then let's do the final stack. I guess we could do Soe first. That way we don't lose gauge here. And then our final stack of synergy power. And that leaves us with enough points to do the Lumi and Laplace thing again. None of their skills last for 2 turns, though. Like, they're all 1-turn buffs. I don't know if we have enough points to do that. Maybe it might have been better. No, because we want to leave Diablo in so he can get his attack stacks from the Inspire gimmick. Well, we have the Heartscape. Maybe we have enough. We'll get a Soka EX ult from her 1 orb here. No, we want to send Diablo last because he's got the AoE buff. No, he doesn't. We haven't used his skill yet. I'm crazy. I still think we'll be fine. I remember when I originally did this stage, the pure schemer team could not do it. Just like straight up. It could not get it done. So we had to do alternate. That hurt. Ooh. Oh, okay, yeah, cheeky counter. Okay. So, we did not get full points either. So 1, 2, 3... Ooh, gonna miss. the 200, yeah, 200%. So generally, you're probably going to be hovering around 200% for speed teams. Ooh, what do I sacrifice? I don't even... The Diablo buff? I mean, that's pretty hefty. But it's only buffing him versus Rain buffing everybody. So I guess let's just try it out. Is there a way that we could have done... If we had sent Diablo away last turn, I think we would have been okay. We could have used his skill early. And so let's take out Lumi for Rain. And we'll do our final stack of SAO to get to 200% ult damage. And then we'll use... That is not the right heart print. Oh my god. Okay, well... I think what happened with this team is that everyone died. We were not safe from these ults, because the normal nukes just couldn't kill. Yeah, that's what I remember. 9.5 million damage. Yeah, because the sword gimmick doesn't kick into the very, very, very end after they've done everything. I think we're fucked here. Alright, Rain lived, thank you. Lumi, oh, didn't kill. 1, 2. Oh, wow. Final combo? Yeah. I don't think the Schemer team has the oomph in it just to do it in general. I mean, even if Diablo had used his personal buff, he wouldn't have killed, and he certainly wouldn't have one-shot nuked. Oh, Schemer, are you too old to save? Potentially. Oh no. Okay, we're gonna try and solve the problem by bringing Blanc. So, unfortunately, we don't have an EX ult for Soka. We do have an EX ult for Diablo, though. Diablo has his personal buff and the Blanc buff, and so does Soka has the Blanc buff stored, so they're ready to go. We've already used the Synergy buff. We've used all 3 stacks of Rain. We've used the Lumi buff. The Blanc, again, has already been used. And we used Blanc's free points here, because with the Heart print, that allows us to use our ult damage, which is 200%. And now we're going to buff that and Diablo's EX ult damage, so 120 and 240 now. So let's see, and we also have a Rain ult, which we haven't gotten this entire video yet. So let's go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rain is not going to be as strong because she's not getting the physical buff or the EX ult buff. Neither her or Soka are getting it, but let's see if this can do it. Rain, that's pretty shit. That's pretty bad. Okay, 31 million, 131. I still don't think we're gonna kill. Maybe if we had the EX ult for Soka, because we would have had much stronger, and it would have been EX and would have gotten the EX buff. I don't think the sword gimmick's gonna kill her here. No. Yeah, I think we would have needed the EX ult for Soka to have a chance at that. At least running the team as it is now. Unfortunate, but I would think it's time to just move on. The Schemer team, I think, is just too old, and it's just not powerful enough to get the job done. They were not doing 348 million when they first came out anyways. So let's try the last stage, which is going to be the Frieren stage. I think 14. Alright, I distinctly remember when I did the Frieren team originally in this fight, we had to bring some extra special help. So we cannot bring Stark here for a couple different reasons. One is that with his invincibility gimmick, he's going to make the enemies get their 100% ult resistance buff, and we don't want to do that. So what we're going to do here, instead of bringing an ult swapping character, we're just going to bring Blanc. And this will help us buff the oranges even more, so we can cycle Himmel better, so we could potentially get more stacks of Rain, and that is a fantastic hand right there. So, I think we will bring Roth in for Blanc. Hopefully we can steal that one Frieren orb, and we don't. Great, I guess I should have just brought her in for Frieren and called it a day. Unfortunate. God damn it. Yeah. We're just gonna run with it anyways, okay. So we'll just have to, I think, stun the Fern ult and then get a new one back, hopefully with Blanc's buff going. What an awful hand! Where are my oranges, man? Okay, well it's a good thing we have Blanc for the friggin' skill points. You can go away. We're gonna skill point with you, we're gonna protection gauge. I guess we should be a bit more conservative on when we use Rain, though, since oranges, even with Blanc, do not cycle that quickly. So I think we'll bring her in for Rain, and we'll yoink those, and then Himmel will change those 3. Yeah, that's what we're going to do here. Okay. So, this is a synergy-focused team. Fern is giving 100% synergy power, so we're going to have 250% synergy power. Frieren is already giving ult damage at like 120%, so we would need to do quite a few stacks of Himmel to make Rain's second skill, or first skill, worth it. Which, I mean, it's going to be worth it anyways, because it'll still buff Fern and Frieren's ults, as long as they're on the front line. But we would ideally want more than 125% is what that would come out to be. So, let's do another yoink. And then let's bring Fern in for Roth. And then we'll do the convert here. And I think... Actually, I don't think that'll get us the full amount for Himmel. So I think we'll just do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so there's the Fern EX ult. Perfect. So we don't have to worry about her anymore. And we just need to get a Frieren ult now. So I think we'll bring Roth and Rain back up front for Fern and Frieren. And then we'll be able to steal and get Frieren's ult. We need to use our magic state on turn 5, which is the next turn. So this works out pretty well. This is a pretty good hand. So you for you, and Frieren out. And this will get us a double Himmel right here with Rain's power. We also probably should use Blanc's gauge increase again. So points, protection gauge, another stack of Himmel. It's a weird feeling knowing that you want to just be spamming protectors as much as possible, even though you don't need to right here. Let's yoink those, and cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That gets us a Blanc ult, and ooh, oh no, we can't get Himmel. Yes, we can. We're not worried about that. Okay, so this turn we're gonna steal with Roth and then bring Frieren in and get her ult and use her magic state, and that is a very good hand to do that with. Plus, Frieren already has some ult gauge, so we don't need that much. Yeah, perfect. So let's yoink that. Boom. Did we get protection traits? Is that what kicked in? No, we didn't. Okay. So Frieren in for Roth. Good. And then we'll do our last stack of Rain. And that'll get us access to Himmel. And then we'll do the magic state. And then that'll count down, so on turn 8, we'll be ready to nuke with Frieren. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfection. Another Himmel right there. What are we sitting at for ult right now? Because if we're already over 120, I mean, that's perfect. It's just that Rain needs to be up front with Fern and Frieren when they need to ult. So either we kind of sack off the last turn, the next turn, and just bring them up front to make sure they work, or we do something else. I don't know. Let's take you out though. Let's yoink those orbs, and then we'll use Himmel, and then we'll check out where we're stacked up on for Rain here. Let's see. We are up to 175. Okay, perfect. We are already way higher than what Frieren would give. And Fern's got EX ult damage, which is not going to be overlapped by Rain, but is going to be buffed by Rain's Progenitor skill. Good. I think I'm confident that we can do this here. I mean, Blanc's got the magic attack damage buff. So here, I think what we do is we just leave this. We leave this alone. So Rain is now up to. She'll be up to 200%. I don't think we can do this though. Let's not worry about that. So let's just bring you in for Blanc, and we'll bring you in for Roth, and we'll send the Rain alt, and we'll get max points, and I think we'll be good to go. Actually, we might be a bit expensive here. We might be a bit expensive. 9, 18, 20... Yeah, we got 5 90-point skills and a 50. Ooh, maybe we didn't want to do this. Well, there's nothing we can do about it now. Everything we have is a one-turn buff. Okay, well, let's deal with it as we need to. And if we need to do more damage and we need to reapply that, how we're going to work that out, then I guess we just will come back on a different run and we'll compare the damage again. Thankfully not in danger, and now Frieren's magic state will kick in, so she'll get the extra attack buff, and they'll get the resistances. Cool. So... let's do one more Himmel, that way we can get that stack. So we're going to be up to 200% alt damage now for Rain. No, still 175, because it's past turn 5, that's right. Okay, well... I keep forgetting that. There is a limitation on her. Let's bring Blanc in. Blanc's skill is probably much better than the weakness strike and attack buff right here, especially since this isn't capped out. So Blanc in for Rain. And then we'll use her big time skill. And yeah, we do not have enough to use Roth here. So if we are not able to kill in this hand, then we'll probably have to save Fern's buff or something, and just not bring them up front. But let's do Frieren, Fern. We need to use Frieren's buff because it has the synergy rate. And if we don't have synergy rate, then the whole half the point of Rain is useless, and Fern's buff is useless. So we do need to double up on that. But we do have 210%. That's coming from Rain, which is better than the 144, which is Frieren's buff, which is being enhanced by 20% because of the Progenitor skill. And then EX alt damage, 120 versus the base 100. Okay, so Clayman, fuck, I always make them mixed up. 640 million HP. Ooh. I don't know if we can do that, but let's see. Roth. 7.6. Frieren, 159. 235. Ooh, we need more power. Yes, we need more power. I wonder... would the attack and weakness strike buff clear that? I think it would. Alright, we'll come back. Okay, we're back on turn 8. We are ready to go. I think... one small complaint I have with Rain is that the Progenitor effect does not hit the back line. So, everyone's gonna get the 175% alt damage, but the actual Progenitor 1.2x increase only applies to the front. So that means I can't leave Roth here and get, another EX support alt. I'd have to take Roth out because I need to give both Fern and Frieren the Progenitor skill. So, I mean, it is a small complaint I have. So let's use Roth. 7% attack, 130 weakness strike. So now we're going to have all buffs activated. And then Fern will come in for Roth, and Frieren will come in for Blanc. We've already used her big time skill and put that on them. And now we could do 1, 2, 3, 4. So you see that, the Progenitor skill, not on the back. Blanc and Roth do not have that. So it would have made her better, because then I could have used it and then just set Rain away instead, and kept Roth here. If we're not able to kill here, then I think we'll just end the video. I think Rain, we've seen enough from Rain that she's proven her worth. Maybe not for teams that are a year and a half old now, but certainly she's going to still help benefit, because unless you're in Mirror Realm Trials, you don't need the Frieren team to do 300 fucking million damage. So, 210, 120, we've got how much weakness strike now? Synergy power 150, that's from the stacks of Rain, 160 element, magic attack damage, 306% weakness strike, that's coming from Roth, 100% attack from the Unleash Magic State, 70% more attack from Roth, synergy, 100% synergy power, and then the Heart Print synergy power, and then the Progenitor blue skill. Alright, can we get the kill here instead? Actually, probably send Fern, because she has the magic attack. Let's see. Oh. Okay, well, actually, hold on. Depends on how much these do. That guard did not help. That guard did not help. God damn it. Okay, what? Close enough. God damn it. If we had that extra support ult from Roth, and actually had another ult up here and more weakness strike, it would have actually got the job done. So, yes, one small complaint I have for Rain. It's not like a deal breaker or anything, but it is something to be aware of. So, this is like a 45-minute video or something like that. If you're here to the end of this entire video essay on why Rain is good, tell me your favorite anime OP from any show, any OP, 1, 2, part 1, part 67 for 1P, I don't know, whatever. What is your favorite OP in general? Let's see, because I just got done listening to it. One of my favorite OPs is Ash Like Snow from Gundam 00. That's probably one of my more favorite Gundam openings. So there's that, and then Crossing Field from SAO, just because it's so nostalgic for me. So those are my two picks. Let me know your picks, and let me know what you guys think of Rain. But that's it from me. Take it easy, and I'll see you all later.